So I was reading this verse in the Bible, and it talks about how we all have a purpose. So in church today, he was talking about CPR. CPR stands for church, prayer, and read. Um, and I loved his speech that he gave because it's basically just as the paramedics. I was taking notes in church too because this just blew my mind. I'm like, wow, you know. So it's basically just like the paramedics. And how the paramedics go and they come and save your life when somebody is dying or somebody is, you know, about to die and it's an emergency. That's basically how. That's how God uses people in our lives. God uses people such as missionaries in our lives to save us from, you know, falling, from save us from any temptations. I basically also said that these type of people will save us from, they can save us from ourselves. They can even save people who has no guidance, who has not been introduced to God. And if you have not been introduced to God, then, you know, they don't have basically that lifeline. God is that lifeline, you know. Just as there's what do you call them? A lifeguard at the pool. They throw in that little floaty. That's basically what that is. You know, I'm throwing you in this floating so that you have a chance at life, so that you don't drown. You know, so everybody has a purpose in life, and for God's purpose, God is out here trying to save, you know, His righteous children. And we are going to go to the verse that I was reading. So this verse is chapter 8, and it basically is about Nephi and how Nephi writes of the things of God. Nephi's purpose is to persuade men to come unto God of Abraham and be saved. So I feel like everybody has a purpose. Even those women that y'all say, you know, is like an abomination, you know, they are serving God in one way or another, and you don't know. Really, you could be saving God. I mean, you can be working for God. You can be living the life of God, but you truly don't know. And those are the types of people that God is after. These are the types of people that are righteous. They don't know it yet. You can be a child of God and you don't even know it yet. So it's a lot of people out here that are throwing that lifeline. There are a lot of people out here, you know, that need saving, you know, that has the potential, and not just potential in knowledge, you know, school, potential in wisdom, potential in God's kingdom. Oh, I can use this. You are fit for this position. You may not see it yet, but I see it in you. You are fit for that position. You are fit to serve in my kingdom, and therefore I want to use you. That's why it says that God goes after sinners. God goes after sinners because they have more potential than, you know, and they can be used. When God's righteous ones don't, you know, it's a lot of people that turn the other cheek. So therefore, it's a lot of Christians and stuff that turns the other cheek. So therefore, God sends his righteous, God sends his angels after these people. Because when a lot of Christians and stuff turn the other cheek, then that's when there's an uprise of more, you know, opportunities. It's just like seeing this, you know, you work, you know, kind of like that. You're working, or, you know, you're a part of the agency. You're a part of God's agency. You know, these agents are out here. These angels disguised, and disguised are God's agents, out here looking for any opportunity out there, looking for anybody with potential. You may smoke, you may drink, you may do this, you may do that, but guess what? God sees potential in you. So God is saving you from all of these things. For detachment purposes. Let's just say that, for detachment purposes. You know. Just like I said, addiction to food. Let's throw that in there. Addiction to food, addiction to, you know, some people struggle with anorexia. Some people struggle with, you know, some people are so afraid. They're so insecure. They struggle with I don't know all of the medical terms out there, but you can struggle with some type of feeling to where you're really insecure, or you feel as though, a lot of people are afraid to gain weight. A lot of people are afraid to go back to who they used to be. God is throwing in that lifeline. Whatever your flaw is, can work for you. God can work with you. Whatever mistake you have made, God can work with you. Wherever you feel as though it's impossible, it's possible through me. So have faith. And this is the insight that I got from today's word from this guy. Faith without works are dead. You have potential. So the 3 letters of CPR is basically, so he was saying church. So of course you have to go to church and you have to feed. Just as you go to that apple or you go to that, breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's time to feed. And this is why, a lot of people don't eat before church, because my feeding comes from God. So I want to go get the word of God to eat. That is my breakfast. And then we go to lunch. So go to church. Church is like your school. Church is like your, I wouldn't say school. Church is like basically rejuvenating, replenishing all that was done. So throughout this whole week, you go through this whole week and you get attacked. You go through this, you go through that, and you just don't know how to get back to yourself. Church is that opportunity to let go of everything that happened this week and reconnect back with God. Prayer, the power of prayer. Believe in yourself enough to always pray. Believe in yourself enough and believe in God. Believe in yourself and believe in God enough to believe in your word. Whatever you speak will manifest through God. Whatever, wherever you're having problems, like let's say you feel attacked on the outside. It's a lot of temptations going on. Just like today, I'm going to just throw it out there because my walls are thin. And when I say my walls is thin, I can hear everything. I can hear everything. And temptation was knocking at my door. When I said I heard what I heard coming from where it was coming from, it sounded like porn. So I'm just like, oh, snap, let me get up and pray because, man, I don't watch it, but the sound is just like knocking at my door right now. So I'm just like, let me get up and pray. Stuff like that. The power of prayer. You need to get up when you feel when you feel the way you feel and you hear the devil knocking at your door like, come on. Get your butt up and pray. And that's exactly what I had to do this morning. I had to get up and pray because I was just like, whoa. And it's coming from all directions, especially like a time right now, like when you're vulnerable to God, you're a baby in Christ. There's a lot that's going to be thrown at you, especially any past issues. This one girl spoke on lust, and lust is my issue, and I feel like she was speaking to me. She was definitely speaking to me because I have an issue, not more so of people, but I have an issue with lust. And the fact that, I keep going around situations in regards to lust, or I keep encouraging and egging it on, it's like it's backfiring on me. It definitely is backfiring on me. It's like everything that I used to go through or everything that I used to encourage is coming back to me. And it's just like I'm recognizing this, and I'm just like, okay, I need to get away from this. I need to change my lifestyle. I need to change in this way by, staying away from situations that will kind of just make me smile inside or make me giggle inside and make me feel like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go here and that's the thing about me. I used to go to these places and feel like, if I go here, then I'm testing myself and I feel like I'm strong enough. That was like my little excuse towards the situation, but it was also how I dealt with, myself. Did I grow from this? Did I mature from this? And I feel like this is something that now I feel like I need to step away from because maybe, you know, it's just I allow more than I should. I allow myself to go to that extent. And that's something I used to do all the time. I used to always allow myself to go to that extent. And this is something that I need to kind of, you know, lean back on. Something I need to kind of just, yeah, I need to fall back from that way of life or how I used to live, you know, how I used to, I just my ways. I need to fall back on, you know, those ways of the past because I am serious. I am very serious. I may not seem like I'm serious, and I was never actually taken serious when I was younger. You know, I never was actually taken serious. I can be, like, I'm a very serious person. When I speak or when I talk about something, I am completely honest. And although it may not seem as though I am honest with everything that I say and everything that I do. And whatever that I show or everything that just seem as though, you know, I'm contradicting myself or I'm a hypocrite. I am not a hypocrite, but I do what's best for me. I do what I know will help me, and that's just how I live, you know. Like I said, I'm spiritual. I am very spiritual, and I feel like that's what separates me from a lot of people. Just because you're religious does not mean you're spiritual, and that's the difference. I am spiritual, and I am religious, and I used to always explain myself. I used to always talk about this back then. They never got what I said. I was like, it's a difference between being spiritual versus being religious. Just because you're religious doesn't mean you're spiritual. You can be reading the Bible every single day and putting it into practice, but you have to be spiritual to have that connection. You know, it's spirituality and religion. It's not just one or the other. You know, if you're religious, but you're not following through spiritually. It's a whole different ball game. You know, so spirituality is more so of it's like dreaming. Where do dreams come from? Dreams come from your spirit. Religion is treated as a school. Religion is treated as a book, you know, study academics. That's what I feel like religion is treated as, and I feel like this is where everybody is going wrong. Y'all are going wrong when it comes to, you know, religion, because that's not what it's about. And if it's that way, just like the song I used to always listen to. What's that song? I forget that song. It's like it says, what's the song? It said, and if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. That's one of my favorite songs. Man, because if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. And if I'm wrong, I won't be corrected in the situation. I won't even, I won't even do a double take. I won't doubt myself. Move. I won't feel it. I wouldn't even change my ways. You know, because if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Period, point blank. What?
A turkey.
He's killing my vibe right now. I was in a mood. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I'm back. So I'm going to try to kind of explain how I feel about the situation. It's so hard to say exactly what I want to say. It's like my spirit won't let me. But I'm going to try to, just because I feel like I don't want to expose too much. But at the same time, I just feel like, you know, I don't know. So yeah, like I was saying, spirituality and religion is two separate things, two different things. If you want to get into it, okay, so I'm speaking to those who has a spiritual potential. A few people, well, I ain't even gonna do no names, but it's some people on here that I see potential in all the time. It's like those, and if I explain myself, basically you know who you are. So it's like people that believe in meditation, people that have an eye for the arts. People who have an ear for the music, people who have taste for the food, kind of, you know, chef type, creative type, you know, people that are truly gifted, spiritually in tune. And I threw foods in there. Y'all probably don't know why, but it's a reason why I say those type of people as well. It's just like y'all got the freaking mental figured out. The body, you know, is in tune. But it's just like something is missing. What is missing? Like, can y'all understand what is missing? Can y'all find what is missing in your life? You know, a lot of us just can't find what is missing in our life, and I probably don't even make sense right now. And if I don't even care, because I'm venting right now. There's a lot of people on here I know that don't make sense. So if I'm not making sense the first time, it is what it is. I try to hold myself together so much time and talk, or accordingly talk to how y'all can understand me. But if y'all can understand me right now, because I can't even understand myself right now. But it is what it is. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's just like those who are spiritually in tune, people with, you know, they feel like they gifted in tarot cards. It's not a gift, honey. Tarot cards is a tool. So if you can read tarot cards, guess what? You're just reading the energy. And this is what I told somebody before. I was like, you're just reading the energy of those cards because the energy is coming from you. You know, you can read. You're basically reflecting, you know. So any energy that's coming to you, you're reading from those cards. That's all it is. You're reading from the cards your own energy. I want to give an example, but I don't even know how to do tarot cards. Honestly, I really don't. If you got a little thing for crystals, do it, you know. It's the universe. You know, the universe is calling you. That's all it is. The universe is calling you, and you have to answer. Crafting. I don't feel like crafting is at all a part of spirituality. That's one thing I do know. Crafting is not a part of, I feel like it's not a part of spirituality at all. Spirituality is more so body. It's more so of the body, reading energies, visualization, dreaming, just wanting it. If you want it, it will come to you. You have to, you know, you got that interest of law of attraction books, those type of books. That energy is coming to you for a reason because you have a gift. What I think about crafting isn't intact with the spirituality because crafting came from a bad history. We have bad history in crafting. The fact that we were used and abused in this area, we wanted to. I mean, we didn't want to, but we were forced and whipped and, you know, to do such a thing. We had to do this to, you know, get by, to as slaves and stuff like that. So I feel like crafting isn't a good energy. Crafting is not something we were meant to do. Crafting is just it's a comfort tactic because this is something that we grew up, you know, to know. We were tradition, conditioned, and we had energy. Crafting is energy, basically. We are crafting our minds away. Basically like that. We're crafting our minds away, you know. So, yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this at all. I didn't even know when I started where I was going with this. Well, I did, but it's just like, oh, look at this line. I knew where I was going with this, but it's just, I can't explain who I am, and I can't explain what I want to explain. Spiritually, I can't explain that side of me because obviously it's not meant for me to talk about that. A lot of stuff people want to know about you, they will just have to, you know, get to know you as a person and read you through your life and read you through who you are inside. A lot of stuff you just don't expose or you can't expose for a certain reason, you know. But yeah, this feels so good. It's like I got this a long time ago. It don't even smell like the cinnamon. It smelled like cinnamon before. It don't smell like cinnamon anymore. But yeah, I got it because it was. I got it from Dollar General, I think. But yeah, I got it because it's in a cup and it looked like a freaking smoothie. And then you had to put it together like this. The little bead thingies. These are scent beads, by the way. They came in a package, and you had to open the package and pour the beads in there, like you made a smoothie or something. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. I wasn't even supposed to talk about all this. I was on here trying to talk about this guy and CPR, and you know, because that verse just brought that out of me. And yeah, but that is what CPR is. When it comes to missionaries, that's all missionaries are. Is they're on a mission to saving righteous people right now, and I feel like this is the time. Obviously, this is the time where a lot of people need saving because, and I just heard this one song too. This one song it said, "You don't know the hurt. You know, Jesus is coming because you don't know basically the hurt. You don't know their pain. You don't know what they've been through, and you're constantly trying to torture and manipulate and humiliate them. You know, you don't know what they've been through. You don't know their lives, and the fact that you don't care, and you're constantly trying to, you know, cause commotion and corruption in their lives, it's not making, well, basically they're mad, but now it's to the point where now y'all making God mad. And when God is mad, that's when lives become affected, you know. So yeah, y'all just need to watch yourselves, get right with God, and stop taking people's lives for granted, and stop thinking that y'all can just keep causing pain and basically harassing one another and taking from other people, taking their blessings and trying to take their blessings, trying to use God as a way of saving yourselves, or trying to use God's children to get closer to God when you're a bad person, you have bad intentions, you know. God don't want the devil close to him. God don't want anything far worse than the devil being close to God is a demon. God don't want no demon close to him, you know, not at all. Like, ew, you know, get this demon away from me. So yeah, that's kind of like irritating the soul. It's irritating the soul. Frustrating God and irritating God, and y'all thinking y'all can get away with it, and y'all laughing and thinking it's a game. It ain't no game. And y'all ain't going to see that until stuff start happening that y'all don't want to happen. You start losing people, and you start losing yourself. And you wondering why, oh, how did this happen? Well, you taking everything as a joke. You thinking it's all fun and games. And now, look at you now. You mad now? You feeling some type of way now? And it ain't going to stop it, because the more you lose of who you are, the more you lose yourself, you know, the more angry you become. You become very, very angry. It ain't going to make you feel any better. But you mad. You done pissed God off, and now you mad. Two wrongs don't make a right. So now what's going to happen? You know? So, yeah, that's just a little talk, you know. I'm counseling y'all hearts right now. Y'all need to listen, because this is ridiculous. You know? Y'all only human. God is God. Y'all are human. So stop trying to be inferior and stop trying to be omega when you're a human being. You're not no big old giant walking this earth. You know, if you was a huge giant, then okay, I understand. But you're not a huge giant or anything. You're only human. And the only things you got is what you make. The only things you got is of this world that you make. You know, such as this flying. This is something that you made. You think this have any power over God? Like, just think about it. Think about what y'all doing. And think about why y'all playing. You know? That's just a word that obviously y'all need to hear. Because it's not a game. It's definitely not a game. But that's the thing. People don't learn. People don't want to learn. And what I've heard, I think I recently watched it or something, is just that people are like, oh, well, my soul is damned anyway. What does it matter? That's basically what they're talking about. My soul is damned anyway. What does it matter? I'm going to hell anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. So maybe we should just make that time. Let's cut your life shorter than what it is, and maybe you'll see that, you know, if it matters or not. Let's cut the line a little bit earlier. You know, it doesn't matter, so yeah. Okay. It don't matter. We're going to see. How about tonight? Will it matter then? How about tonight? Will it matter then? I bet it matter then. You know, people think they're going to live forever. And even then, that's the thing, because I feel like that's what people want, honestly. It's like, because I feel like when people pass, that's God saving them. When people don't pass as fast, like a lot of people that's living years and years and years, these are people that just haven't had it and haven't got it in their heart to be, you know, to go to heaven yet. You're still being tried. You're still being looked at. God is still observing you and seeing where you are, because obviously I can't trust you in my kingdom. That's why you're still here. But maybe that's the thing. Y'all want to be here forever. But what if we reverse it? That's what I'm saying. God can make anything possible. So the fact that y'all keep playing with people's lives and making their lives harder than what it actually is and turning God's children away from God, y'all don't think there's no consequences that come with that? Y'all just think it's a game. Like, what will scare you? Scaring people is not enough. What is enough? What's going to make you actually listen? And that's the thing about people. People don't listen. They don't care. People don't care. And that's what it is. People don't care. You know? And it's sad. And it's ridiculous. Just like I just seen a video talking about people are evil. They are, because they don't care. They don't care what they do to you, because they just feel like they're superior. Can't nothing touch them. But they got it twisted. That's the thing. They got it twisted. You can't keep trying people over and over and over again and thinking that things is going to be sweet. You thinking that, oh, I'm going to be ready when it happens. I'm going to be prepared. Oh, I got my weapons. I got my gear. Ain't nothing touching me. Bet on it. You know? That's just what it is. God is God, and you are human. I punch you in your face, and you're going to hurt. You can't do nothing physical to God, though. But anything can happen to you physically. I had this dream that, you know, I was there was this cup that moved, like this cup was thrown at me, like some supernatural stuff. What if stuff like that started happening to you? You're getting attacked, but you can't attack back. What about that though? You get attacked. Everything hitting you because you're human, but you can't get attacked. You can't attack back whatever's attacking you. What if it was like that? Period. So yeah, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will, so you care. I hope I didn't scare you away. I'm just getting some air. Bye.